Hello and welcome. I am the Imperishable, and on today's episode, we're having a little tournament breakdown of the Black Country GT that had happened just this weekend. I'm still a bit ill from the weekend. I was basically ill for all weekend. I still am now, so it's not feeling great. But I just wanted to get this done and uploaded as quickly as possible. Overall, it was a great event. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the missions. I didn't mind the comp. Being more comp really hurt me quite a bit, it seems, with only 8 levels wizardry. Can only go max 5 wide with monstrous infantry or 10 wide for rage. It kind of did limit me, but overall, the comp actually probably didn't hit me as hard as it probably should have, or the idea was, because the 8 levels meant I couldn't go any more wizards. It meant I had an extra 5-man Ushabti unit, and they were really pivotal. So my list, I went for like an all-rounder kind of just play on the averages, play on reliability kind of thing. But as I say, it was a great tournament, made some great people again. So it was a bit of a shark tank. So we had some of the best kind of people about. Those, if you looked at the old world rankings, they're at top of the Masters, people who've won tournaments and whatnot. And it was a really great event. Loads of people from Team Wales, quite a few people from Team England there. So there were people like Brewis, Mop, etc. Keith, who then did actually go on to win the event. It was overall a fantastic weekend and really well run by the Dudley Boys and Sam in particular. And I'm very excited to say that the next tournament, which was meant to be a teams in June, is another singles tournament that is being run by the Dudley Boys. So Sam is what's going to take the lead, and that's hopefully coming out their pack, potentially even out by now. But I'm definitely there, and I'm looking forward to take the call again. But I'm thinking I might go a bit different on the next one. So let's go into the kind of tournament. I'll have a chat through all my 5 games. Day 2 was a bit of a quicker day, and I'll talk through that how we get there. But I want to start off with my list. Just a bit of a reminder. So it's a mortuary cult. It's kind of the thing I'm going for. It's good. It's very anti-meta because like big things that go into it, I can kind of shut down. So like Warriors of Chaos, these triple dragons kind of thing. I can usually kill one. I can usually plink off all them or all the horsemen. If they want to push up with that chariot, I can kind of shoot it down. So let's have a look at it. So it's a level 3 illusion, Burning Blade, Tablet, and Lore Familiar. The Burning Blade is solely there in case I come up like mass ethereal kind of army coming at me. Never really did. I did play 1 VC, but we'll get into that game. Obviously, I'm there for Miasmic Mirage and Column. And my third spell, which I use basically all the time, was Shimmering Dragon. So just the idea that, because this to me is my most important wizard, I've got to get them about to the right places at the right time. So just always making them be able to fly 10, drop a column, come back is really, really useful. And then I'm my normal level 4 Elementalism, Urban Rob, Ruby Ring. He's there praying for Plague Grass and TMP kind of thing. Wind Blast has been quite helpful and it's quite a good spell. Summon Element Spirit I usually get, but the entire tournament, 5 games, I always rolled Flaming Sword and I hate it. Level 1 Mortuary Priest, Battle Standard Bearer, level 1 Elementalism. I always rolled Elementalism. I always chose rear one, bar game 5. Because it was keep characters alive, and I was like, oh, we'll have a look where I get to. But I was close to being top 3, and I was like, I just need to play a bit defensively. Playing somebody who needs to win big to over jump me. So I was like, alright, if I keep the double TMP, I can jump about with 2 units, and that was my idea. I then have the 43 Skeleton Archers with Master and Standard Bearer, 7 Skeleton Horse Archers with Light Armour. Always thought they had Light Armour, but 1 game. I was like, I get 6 up versus your Ruby Ring. 12 Skeleton Skirmishers with Ambushers. So those 2 units are basically my automatic scorers, and we'll see in game 2 that they kind of did their job. 3 Tomb Swarms, they're there to just support me with all my spells. And then here's the meat of the kind of army. It's 3 units of Ushabti, 2 5s and a 4, and an Ancient in each. I usually am against the Ancient because I'm like, it's a waste of points to do that. But I did the maths before the tournament, and it is kind of like anti-dragon tech. And we'll look into it at the end of game 5 that a unit of 5 can hold up for 3 rounds. And what's key about that is after the 3rd round, it's your turn. So the idea is I can now do all my spells if need be. For 250 points, holding up a dragon for 3 combats is pretty good. So I'm going to take that. And then the 2 mandatory Tomb Scorpions and Ambushers, they always do what they've got to do. And then a Casket. As I said, the Casket's never there to do damage. It's solely there just for a bit of protection. The -1 to hit, 6-up ward is massive. And if anything, it's that +1 to cast. So it means my certain spells means +7, +8. So that's my list. Let's have a look at game 1. So game 1, it's a complete round, and you never know who you got. There were some tough matchups. I got the famous tanker. he is an 8th Knight legend apparently. He's never played Old World before today, before our first game. And so he was looking at just having a bit of fun with ogres. So as I said, Tanker's new to Old World. He told me before we played, like, I read the book beforehand. I just wanted to go push models. He was the spare player, so it's a bit unlucky. But yeah, double bruiser, one with Death Cheer, one with and the Spangled Shard. So it's the 4-up ward, unless you roll a 1 and it gets destroyed. And then he's got another one that was his general Kid Eater with armor and meteoric island. He then had a Iron Guts blob, 4 balls, and then double Mournfang. They're scary, they're really good, and double Stonehold Rider. So the idea is he's just there for a bit of fun, push models forward, let's just hit you, loads of wounds, whatnot, and it's probably the worst matchup. You can already see the score. I did get a nice 20-0, but overall he did quite well, like with the matches that he had to play. So let's have a look at our deployment here. So this mission was just a kind of hold the center, so that's where you see that little gold whole circle there. He's basically gone just full across. He's got his Gorble up in the middle just to pressure up. I kind of counted with my skeleton and archers. I've just kind of spread out my Ushabti just in a fair kind of just typical line. I've been very open with my casket because he doesn't have any magical defense. He doesn't really have any shooting. It's the same with my kind of wizards. I realised I almost messed that up. I played very aggressively with this illusion wizard because the idea is to come out casket, come out column, and be in a position where I can miasma march anything I want next turn. He also has a unit of Mournfang to the kind of the other side of the side, like the bit that's kind of blocked off. So he's got his Mournfang. He's obviously dropped before me. We roll. I say I'll set the thing. He rolls a 1. I get like a 5, so I'm going first, and it's what we can probably kind of expect was going to happen there. So this is my turn 1. I've kind of just pushed up with my Ushabti onto the hill so I can see and start shooting. I shoot over on the left-hand side to the Mournfang. I do like 2 wounds. I kill 2 of the Mournfang up front because he's only a 4-up save basically across his army. My Ushabti are just there to cause damage. I fire off a casket, I believe. Nothing happens. I move out my priest, as I've said, to be this aggressive. I've chucked out this column, and he's in a position where he can't be charged next turn. There's nothing that can see him, nothing can happen, so he's safe. I moved up the archer block just to fire some shots and a ruby ring. I think I've done like 2. I think I've killed 1 or 2 of the Iron Guts my turn 1. His turn 2, his turn 1, we basically agreed. He just needs to pressure up into me, and that's what he does. He moves everything up in front of me. This is kind of my turn 2 as well. So as you see, everything's in front of me. I've been able to Mias Mirage one of his big things. Because I was like, I'll shoot down the second one, the Mournfang, to try and get rid of it. As I say, I columned previously in my turn just to be annoying for this Iron Guts brick. And I'm just looking to clear as much as I can. Over the next kind of turns, I just do what I was expected to do. I'm just slowly just whittling down. I've got his Mournfang down to 2. I've got a Tomb Scorpion. He's looking to charge on my turn now. Literally about to charge. I've got all kind of things set up. I've killed basically his balls down, and I'm just here controlling now at this point. Oh, actually, no, this is wrong. They are in combat, my Tomb Scorpion, but it's just couldn't place them. So we've just left where my Tomb Scorpion is, but we know it's in line with his base and that kind of frontage. My Ushabti are on the hill. We just couldn't get it to hold very nicely, so he had like a weighted brick, so we just put it there in the middle. He kind of charges in. I hold him off, kind of thing. He wins the combat, I think, or something, or no, he loses the combat, but he wants to stay facing me. I attempt to restrain, just gotta get the charge, so I make sure I fight first, but he's still facing me because he wants to, if he kills me, overrun into me. Into kind of like the end of our kind of turn 3, turn 4. He does beat my Ushabti, and we have a talk, we chat, and we try to work this out as best we can. He reforms with his Mournfang, so he's over an inch away because he can do that, but can still see my skeleton archers, and he gets the 1 wheel he can do. So we were like, oh, if he rolls probably on with Swiss stride, he didn't need enough, like a 5 or like a 5, maybe even just a 4. We were like, oh, if it's a low roll, like triple 1 it, you ain't getting it. And we agreed that, we thought it was pretty good. One of his Mornfang did die. I can't remember how it died. How did it die? Oh, I think it broke and I caught it, potentially. It was something like that, but it's dead. At this point, this other this under Thundercust is just staying there. I'm just keeping him at my range, just keep shutting him down. He did move out one of his Bannerman, his BSB out to try and deal with my Skeleton Archers, because he was like, oh, I don't want you scoring that, and it means I can run away. I'd say he gets in with his Mornfang into my Skeletons, and I'm a bit worried and scared here, because I'm like, oh, you can start getting through them. But I have a Scorpion, then we measured it. I need, I think, a 7 on the dice with Swiss Strike kind of thing to get in, which unfortunately I do. I get a Killing Blow and a Monster Slay. And I get a Killing Blow and do 2 wounds. He falls, he fails, he goes back and he dies through dangerous terrain tests. Anyway, I then reform up my line just to finish off, kill as much as I can. And then his turn 5, we were like, okay, what can he do to stop me getting within 6? And he was like, I need to stop basically one spell. And we talked about it, like, if he sat on the token, I can't teleport within 6 of the token because he's there. But if I get reserve move off, I can teleport and move on. So he goes to try and stop my reserve move. It doesn't happen. I once again Myers Mirage, his big thunder thing, because there's just no point. So I was able to TMP near the centre with some Ushabti. I killed off everything that was there anyway, and then just reserve moved off an inch. So I did get the 20-0. But overall, Tango was a lovely bloke. He came in here not expecting to do very well, because I've never played the game. I just brought beat 6 and ready to go. But overall, an absolute wonderful opponent, and it's the first win there, 20-0. So on to our second game, we have Nick Walsh, who's the kind of trollhold guy. He's got a really fun list and something I've really enjoyed, and I've chatted to him and I'm going to spin him out with a mesh because I think there's one thing he needs to look to do. So he's got a war boss who's his general with the Dead Armor, Troll Hide and the Thinking Rucksack. So this is just to make sure he doesn't have to charge. He's a T6 with a 2-up, 5-up regen, but because in Trollhold, if it's not magical, like another 5-up regen. So he's a tough nut to crack. He then has another boss who's a BSB Armour of Mork, which is Heavy Armour MR2 and Sword of Might, just to help there. He's got a Troll Hag with Talisman of Protection, usually what you see. And he's got a level 4 Weird Knob with Law Familiar, Ruby Ring, Elementalism, so he always gets his TMP, his Plague of Rust, his Wind Blast, whatever he needs kind of thing. He then has Stone Troll Mob and a River Troll Mob. Once again, they're tough. There are lots of wounds. They are pretty good. He's got 36 Poison Archers. It's not too many. And why my Poison Brick wins against his is, yes, he can kill mine just as quick as I can kill his, but I just bring mine back. So that's the key thing. He's got 5 Goblin Wolf Riders, and these, like, hopefully I'm going to be showing a photo, are the nicest models probably of the whole tournament. He's got the new Gitmob models. He's painted them perfectly. They fit perfectly on 25 by 50. I thought they were the best painted things I've seen all weekend, and they were just fantastic. He then has his Boar Boy mob unit kind of thing here, and this is his big let's go. He puts both his characters in there usually in there. It's meant to be a big hard truck. With armor MR2, it's meant to be quite resistant to the magic. And he's got Goblin Wolf Rider. So I look at this, I feel pretty confident. I realise I can just kind of shoot through, but then when we realise, like, his Troll Hag has got 4 saves if I don't use magic, because he's got 5-up armour, 5-up ward, and double 5-up regen. So it's quite a lot to get through, but let's have a look at the kind of the deployment. So we worked out that he rolled first. We had the same amount of drops. He won the roll off, so he got to drop first. So he was always getting the +1, which I was like, ooh, it's that kind of thing. So my kind of deployment, it's the same thing. I just had my Ushabti in a position where he had a Wind Blast. I couldn't get Wind Blast off. Got my Casket in a good kind of bubble and still within 12, just so I can keep reserve moving up, slowly moving up 3 inches. Put my Skeleton Horse Archers on this left flank. The idea is, because he had his archers over here and his spell. I was like, okay, I'm gonna move up, shoot, reserve move, and just get into his thing. And then he has to kind of turn around and try and deal with me. He's got his troll hag at the top. He's got some river trolls in a marching column in a position where he can't get shot turn 1. He's got his boar unit in the middle. He's got some troll hordes ready to move up, and he's got his archer blob. He's hiding his wolf chariot and his git mob wolf riders just for the late game. So he does get turn 1. He pressures up as he probably should do, but he didn't really measure very well. So my illusion priest is within 15 to Miasmic Mirage, his big brick. So when it was my turn, I went straight to that. I didn't get the +1 from the casket because I realised I need to realise it's the 12 inches, not the 18. I keep forgetting it. So I popped my once per game +1. So I'm at a +5 because he's still got MR2. I'm at a +4, so I've got to go for it. I rolled just a 7. He's not in dispel range. He tries to get a double 6. He doesn't, so I do make him MR, Miasmic Mirage. I then get Plague of Rust off, and I'm like, okay, you're just a 5 up with your Boar Boys. And I spoke to Sam beforehand, and it was the ruling that if I had Miasmic Mirage unit and kill the whole unit, the characters still get it, are still affected by the end of the turn. So I felt quite reliable. And I realised that he's trying to head me in while chucking down these trolls down the side. So I'm going to stay still, I'm going to shoot with my entire unit, and then just move forward again. Use Shabdi just each turn, I'm just moving up. I have the cask up most of the time, so even with his shots, it's usually it's the 6s only that matter. So he gets a couple poison wounds, but I save most of them, and then I just regen them back. So this is the end of my turn, kind of 1. So after all of that, he's MR'd, he's basically lost all his Boar Boys. I'm just slowly pushing on up and getting into his face. And this is his kind of turn 4. He's pushing down this left-hand side with the Troll Hag and the Trolls. This is where I'm like, I've got my 2 Tomb Scorpions. The thing I care about most are the Trolls, because they're unit strength 50, and I need to kill 2 of them to not make him scoring. Because I was like, I can reliably get 2 or 1 unit definitely in his deployment. Which do? I get my Scares and Skirmishers and my Scare and Horse Archers in. He's got a little bit of backfield defence with some shooting. I say this is what I've basically I sent both my Tomb Scorpions throughout the game with ambushes. They come in quite a nice time. One came in one turn, one came in the other, and I moved up and I did get the 2 kills. So this side I've kind of survived. And as I say, this is getting to kind of turn 3, turn 4. I've pushed up everything. I shoot, I move up. His Troll's got 3 guys left. His Dead Armour guy's got 2 wounds. I've got my Ushabti in a position where I'm within 18 for the -1. He can look to charge if he wants. He charges with he fails his Impetuous with his Orc, so they have to charge in. And he was like, he ummed and ahed for quite a long time. He didn't want to charge in the Warrior, the War Boss, because he then basically just offers me up my 2 scoring units, because there's no way you can deal with them. Because I've killed off his, I didn't kill off his Wolf Riders, but they were hidden because I hurt them and they flee, and they always went off the board. This Goblin Wolf Chariot, I got down to 1 wound. He then goes to charge my Scares and Skirmishers, because if he hits them, he probably just clear them. I kill him in a stand shoot. I got 2 wounds. He's only a 4 up or a 5 up, but he rolls a 1, I'm pretty sure, and it dies. And then, as I said, he comes in. My Ushabti just have the enough attacks. Yeah, he gets poison and whatnot, and he wins by that, but I just raise them back up. I just slowly cutting through them. So at the end of kind of turn 5, my whole army is basically free and flooding the board and going up. He's killed a couple things, but he hasn't got too many points. But the big thing that kind of got me, I think overall got me 330 points, is he had his boss in a position where I could shoot him. And then there was, I shot him with 5 Ushabti. He's got a 2 up, 5 up, 5 up, pretty reliable. I think I do 2 wounds, because he's T6. He fails one of the armor saves. It's like, it's 5 up, 5 up. He rolls then like a 2. He's got his final 5 up. He rolls like a 1, and it's just dead. It's 330 points. It's probably at least 1. I think it was only 1 tournament point, but it was like, oh my goodness. And it was just he was so frustrated. But my kind of, how I've realised with this army, it's great that if people come to me, I can try and weather the storm. But on like a missions where it's getting to your opponent's deployment, they try and hem me in. But my Ushabti have got like the unit of 5's got 16 attacks each, weapon skill 4, strength 4, -1. And if you try and kill me, I just come back and just kill you on your turn, etc. So it's a really, overall, I've realised it's a fantastic kind of army. But overall, that was the game. I believe it was a 17-3 to me game 2. Nick was a lovely player. I'm probably going to reach out to him because I think there's a few things which would be really cool to see. Because something I've really liked was how he had a 2-up, 5-up, 5-up. He didn't even have awards. I was like, somehow, if you can get a talisman of protection on that guy or make him a wyvern and have this talisman of protection, having 4 saves is immense. Obviously, magic gets rid of 1, but it's like, it's pretty good though. So overall, great game versus Nick. And yeah, on to my game 3 and the final game of the day. I was playing Jake of the Dudley Boys. Absolutely lovely bloke. At this point, I was feeling quite ill. And I was like, and he was absolutely a gentleman. He was the loveliest bloke probably at the tournament. He got my best voted because he was just so nice. But he's gone for the traditional double Wild Side, one with Hag Tree, one with Ring on foot. He's got a bit of like chariot spam with I'm coming at you. So he's got 2 Tuskal chariots. He's got a 4-man Raisegore herd. Ollie from Team Wales loves this. I love it as well. 2 Gore units with 9 in each. They're just to protect the Great Bray Sherman Heart thing. He has like movement trays that have 10 spaces, and the Great Bray Sherman just goes in one of those. He then has 2 units of 4 Dragon Ogres and 2 Raisegores and a Dragoff Shagoff who's got Talisman Protection and Slug Skin. So this is very much a, I'm going to come at you. I've got loads of Toughness 5, Toughness 4, multi-wounds. And if you can't get through me, I get you into combat, I hurt you. Or I just Viletide you to death. And if it's a position where he can get into a position and Viletide and then I have to come at him, it's pretty good. Overall, I think it's a really good list. But let's go see how it goes. So this is the deployment. So this is the mission where you have to put down icons. So he shows this side and he put his token in the middle, in the open. So you have to hold it at the end of the game. I just put mine in the corner. I knew exactly what I was doing. I played this mission about 3 or 4 times. I left. My idea was to leave a bow Shabty, and the idea is they move up, shoot, and reserve move back. But the idea is I can hold the centre, and then with my scares and horse archers, the idea is trying to run round his Dragon Ogres, then touch onto a second one. So worst case should be a draw because we contest one, we both hold one, and that was my idea. But looking at the deployment, I've gone basically every game 2 units with Shabty across. I've got my casket in a good position. Once again, I messed up for the first celery. I wasn't in 12 for my illusion, so I have to reserve move it over. Poison block in the middle, and I was like, okay, if I put it in this middle, I kind of semi-protect it on the right side, and that's where I play my illusion wizard. I protect it on the left, and I try and just shoot down what comes. Pretty bog standard thing for me. He had loads of drops, so I was able to put in my swarms, basically. I basically drop everything I wanted. He then has these 2 units of Dragon Ogres hiding behind terrain, and he told me probably about turn 2, these ideas are, they just come out at the end of the game, because he got second turn. He comes out at the end of the game to just grab the 2 objectives and win the objective, but because he goes second, I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm always going to have one. I can, like, TMP. I didn't get TMP, I don't think, but I can go, like, I only have to be within 6 of the centre, just 1 model, with my 5-man unit with Shabty. And because he has everything on this right-hand side, what he should have probably done is put this token on this side, just because I'm deploying all the way over here. But he dropped his first, and basically if he dropped it there, I'd maybe drop it on the other side, because I had another bit of protection. He's got all his chariots going over here. He had 1 chariot here just as a worst case push forward, and his shag off in the middle. So his idea, which is what he did, is flank around the house, hit my weaker side with only the 4 Ushabti. Kind of leaves out my 5-man Ushabtis because he's not going to play the Dragon Ogres until the end. But yeah, so I get turn 1. Ooh, have I messed this up? Well, I get turn 1. I shoot off a couple shots into some Raisegores because it literally only had 4 shots. I do 2 wounds. I don't kill one, unfortunately. He then presses up. I've got into a position now where, like, already I'm like, okay, I've got my Ushabti. I'm already kind of eyeing up. Like, if I go 1 more forward, I'm going to be in range 15. When he's Shabty here on the left, I play him very defensively and I measure him like, okay, if you come out, I've definitely got to get at least 2 turns shooting on this unit because I still don't know what he's doing. On the right hand side, he kind of pressures up down the side. On my turn, I do some more damage onto the Razor Gores, get them down to wounds. I've measured out the only thing that can charge is the Razor Gore. And I'm like, if you charge you Shabty, I win and kill kind of thing. It's the only thing he can charge. I do a couple of wounds to the Shadow off. His turn 4, he's pressuring up down this flank. Okay, so he's got 2 Tuskor chariots, he's got a Shadow off, he's got the Razor Gore. It's all a bit cramped. There's not a lot of like wiggle room and movement where they physically can go. But I've got a big thing here. And he's got his level 4 in range of my level 3 illusion. So it's okay. He can try and battle me here with miasmic column and my fly spell. Because it gets to my turn 5, and what happens? My turn 3, I miasmic the one in front of me. I get that off. He doesn't stop me. I get my fly spell because my idea is if I drop column and fly away, he needs a double. He needs 11 to get rid of it. Just trying to give me my best odds here. And the only thing really that the first Tuskor could realistically hit was the Skeleton Skirmishers. So I'm like, worst case, if they get hit, he goes off the side. I'm fine with that. I get my spell off, my flight spell, and I do get my column off. And then I obviously fly my Illusion Wizard behind because I'm like, okay, I'm safe. My Skeleton Archer blob reforms in a way that all of my guys can see his Shark Attack because you only need a line of sight from the front model. So I fire all in there and I do like 3 wounds because it's just praying for 6s. And then my Shabty in front do kill it. So I'm like, Shark Attack's dead. And because he hasn't been playing with his Dragon Ogres on the left hand side, my middle Shabty, where I reformed, lurked, shot off, killed another Tuskor, another Razor Gore, and then pivoted back just in case they do come forwards. I've got this kind of moment. So on that right hand side, I'm pretty safe. Alright, goes to his turn. He's got to roll 11 to get rid of it. He doesn't. Cool, so it's staying there. That means these 3 chariots, who 2 Shabty die quite quickly. Can't do anything. He then charges the Razor Gore into the skirmishers. Completely forgot that could happen. Hits them, kills them. He overruns off the board because they're worth like 204 points. And his idea is I don't want to come on, stay there and get shot on my turn. So this is kind of the end of turn 4, turn 5. Once again, his Dragon Ogres still aren't out. I do get a line. I do 2 wounds. And he saves one of them. So he doesn't lose a scoring unit. Which actually, if he lost a scoring unit, he'll have to force them out. Maybe I did want that or didn't want that. But on the right hand side, he didn't get rid of the spell, which was key. He charges in. He doesn't kill the Ushabti enough. So on my turn, I kill off the Tuskor that was in combat but couldn't follow up. Where Ushabti actually kill the Razor Gore that's in combat because I'm so many attacks at strength 4 -1. He only had 1 or 2 wounds left. And I kill off the Razor Gore. And I basically, at the end of the game, this is the board state. I've got all my Ushabti. I don't think he's killed 1 Tomb Scorpion because I tried to be sneaky and kill off a Dragon Ogre in combat, like to get rid of its scoring. And then, well, I failed that and died. He did the Restrained Held. And I'm actually thinking, because I gave him that free overrun, he could have overrun forward and potentially charged me on his next turn to actually lose maybe 1 or 2 rounds of shooting. But he kept them back, as he said he was going to do. And then on the right hand flank, I only lost my skirmishers and I killed everything. So the only thing that was left alive were the 2 Dragon Ogre units and his 2 kind of characters in his brick. So it was a fair few points. I won on the score 13-7. I did like 700 points. Shagoff gave me quite a few points and I didn't lose a lot. But then I won the mission because I was always going to win the mission at that point because I held 1 and the best he could have done was run out and hold 1. But I was, at this point, this was my turn 6 and I was like, I hold this objective. You can't charge me to get me off the object. Like you can move up and stop me scoring these objectives, but I've already got 1, so I win. So it was I think we both chatted and he said he mathed it out yesterday. He goes, if I did chuck him forward, I did the maths like 3 times. I like rolled it out, whatever, and they just both died. And if anything, it would be a bigger score. So swinging the roundabouts could have been a bigger score, but I think this 5-man unit Shabdi being free to shoot to the right did help me in some regards. Overall, Jake was a lovely player, and I really enjoyed it. 10 out of 10 player. He got my best spot, and I'm looking forward to seeing him at the next Black Country. And I said I bought him a beer because I was like, I've never had something. I was very ill at this point, and he was just such a gentleman. He goes, I'll go to the toilet, get some water. Just 10 out of 10 opponent. So that's end of day 1. I'm on 53 tournament points. I'm 2nd overall, and it looks like I'm playing Keith, the VC player. So this is Keith's list. He's got Scream list. We've talked about it before. So he's got level 4 Necromancer, spell for mere attack and protection on a Mortis engine. He's got another Necromancer on a Mortis engine, double 2 Banshee, Criticals, Zombies, Spirit Host, and Terrorgeist. Just pure screams. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to play this completely, and he's did it really smart. So this is deployment. Okay, there was some big roll-offs we decided that. First roll-off, which was key, was choosing the size, because the deployments were like a weird kind of, they weren't flat, they were like at edges. So I won that and forced him to have the one where his line is as far back as possible. So he only could go 9 inches up on the boards in the middle, but 15 on the flanks. So he couldn't bubble up as much, otherwise he could be thrown. Whereas I had the attacking one, but I didn't play attacking because I didn't want him to get some screams off turn 1. So he deployed everything, a Terrorgeist in each corner, kind of thing, behind can be shot. Zombies just in the middle, he doesn't care about them, they're worth nearly no points. And then Criticals in this woods here, basically blocking line of sight to everything in that corner, where both his Mortis engines are, his Spirit Host, his Banshees, everything's there. Okay, I kind of deploying, I put like your Shabdi to one side, I put 9 your Shabdi on one side and then everything else on the other. He goes to his turn 1. He's in a position where he doesn't need to play risky because he's got a 7-point buffer from me, and he just went, your turn. And he was like, I don't need to come to you. If I get 10 points here, it kind of sets me up for, I need, even if I lose my final game, there's a good chance I still win the overall, and I can just play it there. Whereas my army, if he comes to me or does anything or risks it, like you Shabdi can take off Terrorgeists. I can hold off things. If he plays one thing wrong, he dies. Like, he doesn't have a White Law, so a Casket, a round Casket could be quite good. And then I was thinking, I'm still ill over the weekend, and I did some math. I talked through this as how I could have done it and pushed up. And I was like, if I push up in a certain way, there's a good chance I could risk getting like 15-5s, like massive loss. And I realised there was this, and I'm thinking, and he went to me, I went to him like, well, if I don't move, you're not going to move. He went, yep. And so I just went, well, I won't move then, because I was doing all the maths. I could have tried to maybe push up in a way, but because he could counter what I do, and there was no mission on this except kill the general, so he was never going to run out his level 4 Necromancer with the triple save. He was like, just going to keep this back. He had about 3 or 4 screams in that corner that he could just play with, and with reserve move, jump out, do them, jump back, and it was just like, okay. So we basically agreed a 10-10, because I'm not going to move, because I was like, I don't want to risk the pressure, and it means in my final game, where it's killing an assassin, so I don't have to worry about the general, because I have to try and find something I could play it, and me being able to, like, I would love like 2 hours just to chill. So we called it a 10-10, but we played it out because we were like, let's have some fun, and he was just like, fuck it, and he just sent everything forward. He left his Terrorgeist to just give me 3 points, but he sent out the Criticals. He played it like this. It was a really good game. We were laughing. So many like little mistakes here and there. We're playing like I lost my Illusion Wizard because I was just an idiot. I got screamed to death, but it was really good fun. He would have 20-0'd me by the points. We were like, oh damn. And like, but it was like I was never going to play that kind of aggressive, and we both played sloppy and we didn't really care. We just wanted to roll dice or see things that happen. But Keith is an absolute gentleman, so we got a 10-10. So it goes down to the final game. So the final game is looking at, there's a couple of opponents. So the current rankings are pretty close. So after game 4, this is where it looks like. So Keith is first by 7 points. I'm second. Jack Tull is third, and Jack Ward is 4th. So because of, obviously, me and Keith can't play, Jack Toll plays Keith and I play Jack Ward. So we're looking at this as quite close. And down below, there's quite a few players, and I was trying to map it out. So the lowest that someone could leapfrog me was technically like down here. I know it was like this 53, Luke Jacks or Mark. If they both get 20-0, I do so great. So I'm there trying my best. As I said, I am not well. So it turns out I've got to play Jack Ward. So I played Jack Ward in game 5. So we had a Chaos Lord with triple save and -1 MR. He had Sorcerer Lord and Chariot. Markers each, Battle Magic, Spell from Infernal Puppet Rubric, the normal. What's key about this mission is the Assassination mission. His Sorcerer probably dies to use Shabdi if I focus fire it down. Because the only other... it has to be a character that isn't your general. This is his only character that isn't his general. So I know that if that pops out, I'm going to put everything into it. Because it's worth, well, straight from about 450 points. That's 2 tournament points. And then it's the 3-point swing. Whereas I've got a couple, and I've got ways of just pinging mine away. So at this point, I know it's going to be a bit reservist. In my mind, he's probably just going to play with Chaos Lord. Because he can probably get 550 points before potentially dying or potentially getting shut down. So there's no real risk with him. He then has a load of Chaos Warhounds, which he's showing me some pretty cool tech. And I'll talk through it. And then he's got loads of Marauder Horsemen, he's got a Waterfire Dragon and a Dragon Ogre Shark Attack. So basically I thought he would play with the Waterfire, the Dragon Ogre stuff and the Chaos Lord, and that would be it. I thought that's what he's going to play with, so I've got to play opposite that in my opinion. So this is deployment. On his right hand side, so in this corner up here, he's got like 3 units of Marauder Horsemen over here with a unit of Vanguard and Dogs. And he's got his Sorcerer. So that is that. I'm just going to keep away. I've got low enough wounds he can't hurt me. And on the other side, that's what he's playing with. He's got his Chaos Lord. He's got his Shark Attack. He's got his Waterfire Dragon. He's got another set of Marauders coming up. I've played a bit of a measuring. Okay, you can't, because we're at 18 inches away. So I was like, okay, I'll make sure you can't charge me turn 1. Or if you put a puppet down in the centre, I know you got turn 1, you can't affect my certain spells. And this is the game where I got double TMP because I was like, I was rocking out. If I get a 10-10, there's a good chance I'd come at least third. And I was like, I'm ill. I just want to play it in an evasive game, try and be like that. So I played like Shabdi in the middle because I was like, I was measuring. I was like, I can shoot these guys if I get turn 1 and try and kill off some of Marauder Horsemen. Just to get some points because like his chaff is rubbish to me. And if they get into me, I just kill them. And I can just shoot them to death. And I say I've got 2 units of 5 there. I've got 4 in front of me. I've got my Skeleton Archers because I was like, I can TMP those guys in front of me because I made sure I could see them with my Wizards who are in the block. So all my Wizards are in the block because I didn't want to get Pillar of Fire because there is some naughty tech. And why he has these dogs is they can Vanguard up to a very good position. He moves up his Wizards. He puts a Pillar of Flame at the bottom of his dogs. My turn, he gets to pick the direction, just rolls an inch, it will go through all of his dogs and hit. He can basically line up a magical missile that can go through everything. When he showed me that, or taught me that, and he showed me a photo of someone doing this to Sam, and it was just, I just didn't think about this was possible. So I was a bit scared about this, that's why I was like, alright, put everyone in my unit. His turn 1, he gets the roll off. I had the +1. He rolls a 5. I roll like a 3 into a 4. So he gets the first time. He just presses up. His turn, game over in like like 30 seconds. On the other side, he's just slowly moved up. He didn't get Arcane Urgency off. So his Wizards could be shot sets, but he's pressured me. So at my turn, I'm like, okay. Right, Dragon. He was like, oh, where's your Illusion Wizard here? Can we measure 15? Do that all properly. So I can't Miasmaric the general, so I've got to deal with it. So I Miasmaric the Shark Attack. So I was like, oh, worst case, I kill some dogs, set me up the next turn. Alright, I'm thinking out, okay, I'm going to TMP my Shabdi in front of me onto the hill. I got Shabdi to my left, we wheeled, and I could see all of them into the Dragon, the Waterfire Dragon. I was like, if I kill the Waterfire Dragon, okay, I could put out a column of crystal in front of the dragon, try and limit what you can charge, try and force it that you can only charge my Shabdi. So this goes to my turn 1 shooting. Nothing's there. So there were a unit on 5 on the left. I swivel. I don't have reroll ones to hit because I kept the double TMP. I roll 4 hits. I roll 4 wounds. One was AP3, so he didn't get an arm save. So he had 3 free 5 ups. He rolls them, doesn't get a single one. Goes to his ward saves, doesn't roll a single one. Chaos, this dragon's just dead. 405 points just gone. And we're like, okay. Then my unit of 4, and I'm like, where they were positioned, I couldn't really shoot the Marauder Horseman, but I'm like, I don't really care about him. I'm like, let's try and kill this Shark Attack. It's worth like 92 points. I know it's Miraged. I don't want to kill enough dogs by accident so they could charge and be a nuisance. I fire. I hit twice, wound twice. He's got a 3 up from the -1. He rolls double 1. So he's lost 500 points in my first turn. And he's got to play defensively with his Chaos Sorcerer Lords. And that's his only other real threat. So really, as I look at this, he's just got his dragon. I've got ways of holding this up. And I'm there, ill as ill. And I know this is going to be a really... and I went to 10-10. And I was like, I'm really... I want to offer a 10-10 just because I'm really ill. I'm not going to play the right game. I've got work. He accepts it. And at this point, this puts me on 73. So it puts me a good standing. I was like, and we looked to play it out. And this was literally a 10-10, not even at the end of my shooting phase, just after those 2 things. He was like, yeah, I'll take it, mate. Because he was like, okay, there's a good chance it was going to be a 10-10 anyways. But we'll play it out, we'll still play, but a bit more relaxed. Missed plays can happen, we'll take things back, have a bit of fun, learn about it. Which we did. So he pushes up, kind of thing. At the end of the game, it gets to probably a 10-10 anyway. So I really didn't feel bad, kind of thing. And we chatted to Sam, the TO, just to make sure it's alright, because I was like, look, it's just because I'm really ill. Like, I could potentially push for more points, and I just didn't want to. Because I got his Chaos Sword Dragon down to 5 wounds already as well, and we were like, okay, this is interesting. And it was just that, and it was stupid already, and I was just like, look, I just can't do it right now. I just feel ill. I feel like my head's hurting. I was looking to drop potentially after game 4, but I was like, I'm in a good position. So it was all fine. So we played it all what. Great game. Had some good chats, good laugh. We did everything properly. It was just good fun. But on this kind of left-hand side, like the way your 5-unit, my unit Shabdi was able to like clear off most of his Marauder Horsemen because they were able to just snipe things, and when they got charged, they cut them down. Something I wanted to show off is my whole anti-dragon tech, holding up the dragon. So unit 5 Shabdi with Ancient. Okay. I worked it out. The best that they can do is beat me by 8 on the crumble. Okay, and that's if you only do armor and ward saves. Don't do regens because they will add on to your combat res. So I was like, I only did regens if I knew he couldn't get. You can only get to the 8 even with the regen. So he charges in, he challenges my dragon, my thing. I'm like, cool. He kills me. He does his wins by 8. I had a -D3 banner, so he only crumbled me by 5. So it meant my Ushabdi were alive. With so in total there were 2 and a bit dead. So I had 3 guys left at the end of the turn. I then rest them back up. It gets the ancient back, and the idea is I played it wrong. He failed his overrun. He carried up, but I played it wrong at one point. And the idea is I hold them up, and then with a small model. Not the casket, because once again I messed this up. You block like the side of it, so on your turn he can't overrun or reform because you're blocked, mate. I can't give ground, so it stops there. You can't move anything, and then when he kills you on your turn, he either reforms and faces you, but then it's like I've got a turn to try and deal with it. Miasmic, anything like column, TMP away, etc. Or if he fails his leadership, he overruns off the boards. I obviously was, at one point I panicked, I was like, I've got nothing here, so I just reserved me my casket up. I was like, I've got to do something. So on his turn on his turn when he kills me, he then does overrun his casket. But I realised if I just put a single model there, like a skeleton skirmisher, a level 4 wizard, anything that can just hold a Ushabti falling back, because you're going to have 3 and a bit of them still alive after each round, that matters. But overall, it was a really good tournament, really good fun with Jack. So just wanted to show some other armies that people play. So this is Nick with his Troll Horde versus another Orcs and Goblins kind of list. just going through, this was Ollie's Beastmen. He went for double block, double thing, and he was up versus a load of another VC, but like a normal VC, so it had a Graveyard, Blood Knights, and Zombie Dragon. This is some Chaos versus Lizardman. Our mate Ian, he's playing Skinks and Big Beasts. It was really great. It was good to see loads of tournaments. This is Key versus Ben. So this is like kind of the traditional Tomb Kings, loads of monsters versus Errant Crusade. Just overall some fantastic looking armies and just some lovely, just everyone just having fun, all well painted. It's just an amazing tournament. This on the left hand side to me is the scariest list in the game, and it played Che, and I think it beat Che. And it was rat spam. It had 120 giant rats and loads of it was just phenomenal. It was just such a great thing to see. It was just, I'm so glad I didn't play it. And then obviously comes to the end of, this is Chris White, this is our Demons player, this guy we wanted to win. You got some unlucky games here and there, but it was great to see the Demons play it. But obviously it comes to the end of it, and I do come second. Overall I got 73 points, so I came second by 1 point. So we have a look here. So it goes Keith on 80, me on 73, Stephen Toll on 72. You got 20-0 versus Mark. Their game was really tight. Mark made a simple mistake that meant Sam could get in and kill his general, and it was just game over by that. Sam Reestone once again came 4th. I think Sam came 4th at the Welsh Open as well, so he's doing quite well. But as I say, there's loads of top players in here. So this was why it's called a bit of a Shark Tank. So it was even up to like top 10. There are people that I mean, like Dave Brewis is up there. He had a bit of a weird run. Ratsman didn't like him, but he clawed it back. He did really well. I say Jake was here. Even goes down to Ollie, and it's just the kind of level was just really good to see from all. So overall, a really great tournament. I really enjoy my list. I don't think there's much I generally would change from the list. Potentially, depending on the new missions, because the Shabty score enough, getting rid of a drop, so getting rid of my Skeleton Horse Archers, because there was 3 games, so we had the same amount of drops, and it just meant I'm going to get there's a chance I don't get the +1, or a lot of the games that I didn't actually go first in, so even if I didn't, so I didn't go first. I went first game 1, but once again that was because we had the same amount of drops. I didn't go first game 2, but it was actually quite nice. I went first game 3. I didn't go first game 5, but I had less drops even with everything on the ground. So I do wonder potentially dropping it. Or it's the idea of, do I care about having +1? But certain games, it's really big to have that. But having those extra drops are quite nice. I'm just wondering, maybe getting extra Shabty, just a 3-5 man would be pretty big. But overall, the list is really strong. It does really well. I think maybe versus Keith, if I wasn't ill and the idea of trying to do it, I might have tried and pushed out and try and force some errors here, but taking a long time, so taking like 4 or 5 turns to get into a position, then on my turn 5 go, try and kill as many as I can, maybe pop a unit to force him out on his turn 6 potentially, and then I can counter back. But I'd say overall, fantastic tournament, really well done by Sam. He's already looking at changing up the kind of the mission and the comp for the next one, but overall 10 out of 10 tournament. I think everyone enjoyed it, and yeah, I'd say he came second. I'm really impressed with that. I am potentially looking for the next tournament with it, because it was meant to be teams, to try and go for a bit more of a different list, not just use Shabty spam, but more of a terror spam, and the idea of maybe running something like Prince Possoff, because he has got terror, make him fly 10, ethereal, steep shadows, and just be like, have this, chop double necromancy, and just try and cause terrors throughout. But we'll see. I'm chatting and trying to make some lists. But overall, fantastic tournament. But yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra.